Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. In today's video, we are talking customer feedback and product reviews posted to brands' own websites. Can we actually trust brands and the feedback and reviews that they present to us on their websites? Or are they manipulating things in the background, deleting those less than glowing reviews, maybe manipulating the order in which we see the reviews to make sure those 5-star ding 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 holy grail reviews are up at the top and the ones are firmly down at the bottom? I want to pick it apart, share some recent examples of brands which have been caught out engaging in this shady behavior, and also help us as consumers to work out what's the best way of getting these honest, trustworthy and independent reviews to factor into our own skincare purchasing decisions. So if you want to pick it apart, talk a few shady business practices, join me and keep on watching. I wanted to film this video because you guys have reached out to me in quite large numbers over the past 3 or 4 months, really frustrated with your experiences of trying to share your own feedback and product reviews on brands' websites. Quite a lot of the time you've been emailed back saying, sorry, we can't post your review, or sometimes you don't even get that courtesy. You just go back to see if your review has been posted and it's nowhere to be seen. There's a plethora of 5-star reviews, but your slightly less than glowing review is nowhere to be seen. It's blocked and it's disappeared. I think as consumers, we've probably subconsciously known this has been going on for years. If you go onto any brand website, it's always 5-star, ding, 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 holy grail, best product ever reviews that you're presented with. In reality, I don't think any brand or any product in the skincare market would have universal holy grail cult appeal. I can't think of a single product that every single person I've ever engaged with has absolutely loved and would rate 5-star. So there's something dodgy definitely going on. I did a little bit of research, and actually there's a lot of brands that have been called out for doing just this, posting what they want to be seen on their website and manipulating the order of these reviews. So we're going to pick it apart. I've got an awful lot to get through, so let's cut the waffle and first talk about, is any of this actually legal? Unfortunately, it is. Brands own the websites and the content that features on those websites, so they are actually in control of what they want to show and what they don't want to show. There is nothing wrong under consumer protection laws of declining to post reviews, whether it's because you think there's something slightly defamatory in there, or maybe you just don't like the review that consumer's given. There is nothing which obliges that brand to post that review on their website. This, obviously, in the world of transparency, I'd love for all brands to sign up to posting every single review, but brands at the end of the day want to protect their image and protect their products. I think as consumers, we need to be a little bit wise to this and know if something's always given a 5-star rating, probably it's too good to be true. In terms of manipulating the order that you see reviews, again, nothing illegal about doing this. So you'll often see that brands will filter or have filters on to show the 5-star reviews first, knowing that as consumers, we lose interest in reading them by the time we get to like the 1 and 2-star reviews. We never actually get that far down, so we're always presented with the positive first. These are a couple of well-known industry tools that I think just about all brands engage in. There were always a couple of exceptions. I loved The Ordinary because they always posted their reviews in their entirety on their website, and they did them in the date order in which they were received. So you could click on any The Ordinary product and see exactly the feedback that real, genuine consumers have been seeing. They were sharing things that maybe people said 3 stars, worked okay, didn't get amazing results. That's really great feedback because that sets that into perspective. Some people said, really love the product, but it didn't work for my dry skin. Great. As consumers, we could use that to know that maybe if we had oily skin, that would be much better product for us and we should gravitate towards that. I think brands often run scared, thinking that consumers are going to troll them, that they're going to post hundreds of negative reviews onto their website to damage the brand. On that basis, whilst there will be a few people out there that will do that and will take an instant dislike to a brand and do that, the vast majority of us just want honesty and transparency and want to see other people's real life experiences with those products. Now, I'm going to call out a couple of examples of where this is taking place. First of all, whilst I said everything that has happened that I've just described is perfectly legal under consumer protection laws, might be a bit shady, it might not be great for transparency, but it's perfectly legal. There are some instances where this isn't the case. So creating fake reviews absolutely is not okay. If you remember back, Sunday Riley did this a few years ago where they actually got their staff to engage in creating fake reviews both on their own website and on third-party websites. This was called out and an apology was issued. They were read to filth and dragged for doing this. They issued a lackluster apology to say, sorry, we only did it because we think everyone else is doing it. That's not an excuse. And they did work to remove all the fake reviews. This absolutely is not okay and does go against consumer protection standards because you're creating a fake impression of your product. You could argue that, deleting reviews which are less than glowing is also creating or manipulating the impression of the product, but actually under the strict definition, creating a fake review absolutely is not okay. Another brand which is also coming under a lot of heat at the moment, particularly over on Reddit, where there's a lot of discussion around people saying they were disappointed when their reviews weren't included on the website, is CeraVe. So CeraVe lists a whole host of reviews of their products on their website. However, if a lot of people have reached out to me, subscribe to this channel, but also you can see some of the threads on Reddit as well, saying people have tried to post less than glowing reviews of products when they just didn't work for them, and they received quite a curt email back saying your review won't be posted. In this email, it says it didn't meet the posting standards and so it won't be included on this occasion, but we look forward to hearing from you in the future. First of all, actually, I'm impressed with the email back. Most of the time when you post a negative review to any of these sites, you just don't hear anything. Your review disappears, you don't see it on the website, but you never get an acknowledgement of why. So to give CeraVe some credit, whilst they're clearly not posting the negative reviews, they are at least giving that feedback and letting people know that it won't be posted. I don't just like to accept what people say, because I think, maybe there was something in these reviews that was slightly against the guidelines and maybe wasn't fully legit. And so I thought I'd try this out myself. I don't want to post fake reviews of any product. I don't think that's right. So I actually posted a review of the CeraVe PM Lotion, which I've tried and reviewed on my channel. I'm going to leave a link to that video up there. In that video, I said this product actually broke me out. Didn't work for my skin. I think it had too much niacinamide in, maybe. It was quite, it just seemed to clog my pores. And I just don't think this is a product which works particularly well for oily skin. And it didn't work very well for me. So I posted that honest review to the CeraVe website, and something that I've shared on this channel before, a product which I've tried and I wanted to share that feedback. And I got exactly the same response, which I'll post here so you can see the response that was given. This, again, I think is just an example of clearly it comes down to the guidelines saying we won't post negative reviews. Because there was nothing in the review that I submitted which was in any way defamatory or in any way misleading. It was just sharing my personal experience of using a CeraVe product, which I bought with my own money and used for a period of time. Whilst I've just called out those two brands for engaging in this, it is in by no means just limited to these two brands. I think this is something which is quite widespread in the industry. I'd encourage you to find your favourite brand, go onto their website and look at the reviews. The reviews are probably going to be quite glowing. Now, some of that can be accounted for the fact that people that tend to visit these websites are fans of the brand anyway, or disproportionately fans of the brand compared to the general population. So you should expect to see more positive reviews than maybe you would get if you went and did a broad sample of the population as a whole. However, again, I find it impossible to believe that every single person absolutely loved the products from all these brands and that nobody had anything negative to say. So let's turn this into a positive and actually work out what we can do as consumers to make sure that the brand reviews that we're consuming and the feedback that we're given is actually correct, independent and third party. Well, I think there's a couple of things we can do. First of all, I think where we see this, we should be calling it out. I emailed CeraVe perfectly politely, and I don't think we should ever be confrontational, but I also don't think we should be scared to call out when we think something might be wrong. And I emailed them and shared my thoughts and feelings on receiving that email and how I don't think they're allowing the true consumer opinion of their products to be accurately reflected on their website. I'm yet to receive a response to that, but as soon as I do, I'll share it with you guys, because obviously I think it's important to see both sides of the story. So I'll share that with you guys as soon as I get it. But I do think we should share this feedback with brands so that they do understand exactly how we feel about it. But I obviously encourage that to be done in a non-confrontational and a professional, polite way wherever possible. I also think we should look to third-party review sites much more. Maybe we're just expecting a bit too much for brands to actually be willing to post negative reviews of their own products on their website. At the end of the day, they need to sell product. And do they really want to put a negative review, first and foremost on their website? Probably not. Maybe we are expecting a little bit too much from them. I just love to see that level of transparency that we saw with The Ordinary, which for a time being, when they launched their new website, they did away with the review section, but fortunately it is back. So you can browse at your leisure and see all of the reviews in all their unedited, unmanipulated glory. I do expect a little bit more, but maybe as consumers, we have to look elsewhere for our reviews. I would definitely recommend checking out some third-party websites where they're reselling these products and where they're much less likely to want to manipulate the feedback given. Find one or two that you really trust and that you think you can give your trust to and look for reviews. One site which I personally trust is Cult Beauty. I've shopped from them for years and years and years, and if you go onto most of their products, you'll see a good mix of positive and less than positive reviews against each product, and they're really informative. It's not just that trolling, I hate this product 1 star. It's that sort of detailed review that I think is really beneficial, where it says I'm giving it 2 stars because it didn't work for my skin type, but it might work for people with drier skin. That sort of review where we can actually feed that into our own purchasing decision, I think is really useful. So I encourage you guys to shop around and find out a couple of third-party sites which you genuinely trust. Of course, third-party sites aren't immune from this, and we can always see this manipulation on any internet site. However, I think they're less likely to be manipulated because they don't have that core buy-in and loyalty to that one brand the way that the brand themselves would do. I'd also say join a skincare community, a group where people that can just fangirl hard over skincare and can share their own experiences with different products. I set up a Facebook group linked to this channel for just this sort of reason. It's called Mad About Skincare. Now, this isn't a shameful plug. There are so many other ones out there, and I'd absolutely encourage you to find one which works for you, for your interests, your passions, and aligns to your values. So definitely just look around for a group that you feel safe joining and that you can enjoy and engage with the members of. It's really important because you could actually say, okay, I'm thinking of buying this product. What are other people's thoughts and feelings? And you can really get unfiltered, unedited feedback straight from the users and the people's mouths about that product. So that's one way of getting around some of this and some of the brand manipulation. So in summary, what are we thinking? Well, I'm not surprised. When I hear these stories of reviews being deleted or being edited out, not included, I'm not surprised. At the end of the day, I think brands are obviously going to want to protect their own products that they're very proud of and they've worked hard to deliver. But I do think we should expect more as consumers, and we should have that transparency. If brands aren't going to provide that, and maybe it's too much for them to provide that, I think we should look elsewhere to get that honest feedback. Going to those third-party sites, joining a community of some description where you can share your thoughts and feelings openly in an unedited and unmanipulated way, I think are great ways around this, and this is something I'm going to be doing more of to get that honest feedback. Obviously, if I've done a brand review of any product, you don't have to take my word for it. In the comments below, you'll see a whole host of opinions sharing views, application techniques and things. So maybe just do a search and find a content creator here on YouTube that's reviewed the product, but don't just listen to their word. Read the comments below and actually see what other people's experiences of the products are. I always think as consumers, the more information we have, the better purchasing decisions we're going to make, and hopefully this has just shed a little bit of light on it. I'd love to know your thoughts and feelings, so leave me in the comments below. Have you had any experiences with brands not including your own reviews? Again, leave them below, and wherever you are in the world, guys, stay safe, stay well, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care. Bye.